Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And here's Jones again on second down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Brady.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brady gives this one off to Jones.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Now Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Stephon Sullivan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A give to Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Mayfield.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return from his end zone is Grant. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
From the 27, Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. With the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. These two teams all tied after one. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Brady. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. The give is to Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A nice run there on first down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On 2nd down now, McKee. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Brady going to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brady. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's going to take another shot here. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw is Brady. It's complete. It's Miller. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Second and 7.
Brady now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Again, it's Brady. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Nagar's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now White on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Mayfield on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And this one is right through. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a give right side. McKee.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Play fake. Mayfield. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return will stop right around the 25. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off the option, here's Henry. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw? And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
A give to Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He's crossing. He's checking.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st down, it's Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield going to throw deep for the end zone. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Caleb Farley. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 51.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 39.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw.
They set up the screen for Henry. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mayfield. That's out to Hill, right side complete. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. Just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Brady to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is He's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Brady got to have this one. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Brady. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Brady. This one complete. It's Isaiah Wright. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Finding Miller once more, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. It's Miller, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Check, 59. I got you.
Brady to throw again. Got a man complete to Miller. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Nagar now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Browns 43, Buccaneers 17.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
40 wants the mic. Check, 41. Who that? Mike 41.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
45.
Here's Mayfield. It's Hill, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And going deep for Hill. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.